You know, it's been a couple of weeks now, and we're still getting emails and Twitter messages and things like that about Rand Paul and his relationships with the media. Now, some of this I have argued is a self-inflicted wound on the Kentucky senator's part, because as you'll recall, he got into that dust-up with CNBC anchor Kelly Evans. I had him on Media Buzz. I asked him about that. He said, yes, I learned you shouldn't shush anybody. I'm a human being. Sometimes I get mad. Sometimes I wish I could do interviews over again. Then he had the dust-up with Savannah Guthrie. He didn't like her questions. He interrupted. He told her she wasn't being fair, and that became pretty much the dominant story of his rollout. So now, naturally, people are asking the questions, well, the kind of treatment that Rand Paul got, the kind of treatment that Ted Cruz got when he first made his candidacy official, and the kind of treatment that Marco Rubio got this week when he went on the Today Show and other venues, coming out as we expected, the Florida senator making it official that he will run against his home state former benefactor and now rival Jeb Bush. Are they going to be treated in the same way? So an email from Bill in Florida, naturally enough, the home state of Marco and Jeb, says, is Senator Paul going to get class credits for attending these lectures by, quote, journalists? If Hillary or any other Democrat is interviewed, let us see the difference, i.e. you are known to be so effective at blank. Can you tell us how that helps qualify you? Well, first of all, whether you thought it was justified or not, it was Rand Paul who's lecturing Savannah Guthrie. What Guthrie was doing was saying, you've changed your position on Iran. You've changed your position on aid to Israel. And she was trying to get the third part of the question out. It was a long question. You've changed your position on cutting defense spending. And it was the senator who lectured the anchor. And he's entitled to do so. I just think he went on for a long enough period of time, as I've said, that became the story. Now, is Savannah Guthrie and Matt Lauer and George Stephanopoulos and CBS This Morning and CNN and NBC and Fox and all of these outlets, as well as the online outlets and the big newspapers and magazines, are they going to hold Hillary to the same standard? In light of what happened with Rand Paul, I think that's a fair question. But if you'll recall, during Hillary's book tour, which was kind of the batting practice or spring training for her eventual presidential launch, she got into it with some journalists. In fact, it was a host at NPR who pressed her repeatedly about her evolution on same-sex marriage, and that got up to be a bit testy. It was during that rollout that Hillary talked about being dead broke when she left the White House, when she and Bill left the White House. She also had what I consider to be a very fair interview on Fox News. She came and she sat in this studio and talked to Bret Baier and Greta Van Susteren, and Bret pressed her, among other things, about Benghazi, and Greta asked Hillary Clinton about a variety of issues. So it is possible, and we've seen it many times with various outlets and with candidates of both parties, to conduct an aggressive, probing, yet fair and respectful interview with people who want to be president. The key question is, as you say, Bill of Florida, are we going to apply those same standards, whether the person has a D, meaning Hillary, or an R, meaning all kinds of other people on the Republican side, after their name. And that's going to be part of our mission on Media Buzz in 2015 and 2016 to see whether that's done fairly. And if you don't think it's being done fairly, I suspect you'll let us know.